Alright, it's April the 15th here, dead smack middle of autumn. This video is about what to do with your lawn, your warm season lawn, middle of autumn moving forward. Let's get your lawn on. Warm season lawns, now it's middle of autumn, it's starting to get cooler. Just going to have a bit of a discussion and the pros and cons about fertilising, not fertilising, and just have a general chat and go through a bit of an update of the lawns that I'm doing here at the school. One of the best things about this time of year is that you don't have to fuss over your lawn so much. The growth is starting to slow, you don't have to mow it so often. So less is really more. Definitely you don't want to be doing aggressive cutting now because it's not going to grow back and recover in time. You'll be growing a little bit longer simply because you just want to get the most out of the less available sun. That's why we grow a little bit longer, to increase that photosynthesis. The other benefit of that is it creates a weed mat. Weeds that are underneath the canopy, and if the canopy's longer, they're not going to be able to get the sunlight to germinate. This is tough, this area. Got to say I'm impressed. One little naughty bit of Kaikia there. Started treating for it to start getting rid of it, and you'll see that there's some spots on there which really show that the stuff that I'm putting on it, which is Monument, is just starting to take its hold. I did the application about a week or so ago. I'm going to need to do follow-up applications on that. So that's only the really problem area here. This area I'm mowing once a week now, and look, last night after Friday and coming into Saturday, I'm thinking, yeah, I'll give this another mow, but we've just had 21 millimeters of rain overnight, which is beautiful, by the way, because we haven't seen that sort of rain here for about 4 or 5 months, so I really welcome that. So I won't be doing any mowing today, but you know, the beauty about the warm season grass, and Tough is a warm season grass at this time of year, is it just looks really nice and it starts slowing up, and less is more. You can just fuss less with it and let it do its thing. I mean, in the next few months, you'll get down to like mowing once a month. It won't be growing much or hardly at all, and you can just leave it alone. Now, this comes to fertilising. Should you continue to fertilise? Well, there's a couple of trains of thought. Train of thought number one is, well, it's not growing so much, it doesn't need so much. You can stop fertilising, and if you really wanted to, you can get away with it. It's going to look a bit drab, but the con to that is that you're opening up your lawn to be more susceptible to disease and weeds and stuff like that, and pests, less resistance to any sort of the extreme colds that can happen in the winter time. And yeah, when it comes back to springtime, when it starts growing again, it's not going to bounce back as quick. So there's that leave it, let it be, and then fix it next spring mentality, which there's nothing really wrong with that. And sometimes life and circumstance might force that hand. But then there's the other thought of continually to fertilise and use your products such as the Lawnporn program. And this time of the year, this is why in the middle of the autumn season, I put down some granular again, because it's really the sort of the last available time that is going to be useful for you, because there still is conditions for growth here, even though it is starting to slow up. So there's that train of thought as well. And of course, using your other products, and on top of that, using your foliar fertilisers to slowly feed it and give it what it needs to help it survive the winter months without any issues. So there's those two trains of thought. So in the Lawnporn program at the moment, today should be a moist and hero, just to get some humic acid down into the soil, just so it's ready to accept those nutrients better that the following week, which is the 4 seasons, comes along and does, but it is what it is. it's all wet here, so I'm not going to be doing anything here today. That's good. So I'm really happy with this area. It's you know, still in its first year, so to speak. We installed this in September last year, so it's still establishing, finding its stride. But as you can see, it's really enjoying it. It's really enjoying the program, so really proud of it. Pretty happy with that. All right, let's go look at the gym area. So the Kaikia is looking magnificent on the program. It is looking fantastic. Sorry, today's probably not the best day to show it because it's a little bit, you know, glum and overcast, but this is looking such a dark, deep green. It's because of the use of the 4 seasons at the start of the autumn program, and it's just looking really, really good. Now, Kaikia is a real survivor, that's for sure. And out of all the lawns that you could probably ignore over the cooler months in winter, you could probably get away with it the best with Kaikia because it's an absolute survivor. Other lawn types like cooch and, you know, not so much cooch, but you know, buffalo, they can, you know, they need to be looked after a little bit more. They're a little bit more, you know, sensitive and need that nutrient uptake. But this, you know, Kaikia, you could do nothing with this if you really wanted to, and let it grow a little bit longer just to get that extra photosynthesis, and, you know, also act as a bit of a weed mat, and, you know, get away with it. But, you know, I like to look after my lawns, as you know, that's what I do. And this is looking so good. It's really improved from when I took it over again back at the start of this year. And, you know, just giving it that regular attention has really yielded the results, that's for sure. And the real proof in the pudding that Kaikia is just, you know, the ultimate survivor is the front here. This is a Kaikia lawn as well. It was a seeded Kaikia lawn. It was put in before I even moved to Port Augusta. And this lawn, all I've done is just put down the 4 seasons at the start of the season. It's really picked up. Some of the areas that were struggling a bit because there was a sprinkler that was broken down. You know, you get that early autumn growth and starting to repair, starting to come back. But honestly, all of it's looking really nice. Can't really complain about that. It looks so good from the street and the road, and it gives a really good impression for the school, that's for sure. I'll just show you a bit of the equipment, a bit of the setup that I've got here at the school to help me look after these lawns. I have to excuse that there's no lights working in this room. I don't know why. I can't seem to find the switch. But use the Mowmaster HC28. It's 28-inch wide. Needs a sharpen, but it is just a beautiful mower. At the moment, I'm cutting the tiff tuff at about 30 mil, and it's just looking so good after I use this mower, that's for sure. It's a heavy beast, but it really, really does the trick. So, it's sweaty. Really thanks to Mowmaster for getting behind us on this project. With that mower, it's just fantastic. All right, another thing I use quite regularly to do my spraying applications, because they're bigger areas, is the BA pumps and sprayers GK75. The only thing I've had to do is change the battery. It's about 5 years old now. Fantastic. All the controls are up here, nice and easy to use. Might get you a better angle of that. That's good. I've got a spray gun there that if I want to do a little bit of spot spraying, I can. It's very good quality. It's a 75 litre tank, and these come out quite easily. You've seen me use it 1,000 times on the page. All little sprays there, so fantastic. And I've had so many people ask me about this sprayer over the years, and you know, so many people that have picked them up as well, thanks to my you know, using it and recommending it. It's a fantastic product. The last 6 months or so I've been using the Greenworks Pro 60 volt Z-turn ride-on mower. It is an absolute monster. And you know, that spray is good obviously, but I really do need something that I can tow behind this, which I can, and operate, because I've got a little hitch there. But this mower has just been fantastic. It hasn't skipped a beat on me ever since I've had it, and you know, I've shown you that, you know, it just cuts superbly, as you can see by the gym area, and you know, that Kaikia at the front as well. It shapes up really, really nice with this. I do sometimes a 2-inch cut, sometimes a 2.5-inch cut, but after renovation, September this year, or October this year, be able to lower that to, you know, 1.5 to 2 and make it really nice and tight and fine. So I'm really looking forward to that. Massive thanks to Greenworks. Get behind them, greenworksaustralia.com.au. And of course, using the Lawnporn products, but I use the big 20-litre versions of it. We don't have charger, but we've got everything else. We've got some Primo Max that we've used for some control over the season. It's because it's been quite hot here. Root Builder and Launch. And look, these are just exactly the same as Lawnporn products, but it's the Folimax range, as you can see. So check that out. And of course, we use the 4 Seasons in the black label bag, which you can get from U-Turf as well. All right, I can't remember where all these lights are now. Oh, hello. Scared the shit out of me. Where's the light for that?
For this place here?
Yeah.
It's been disconnected at the moment.
Oh, it's been disconnected, righto. This is Andrew. G'day. Yeah, Andrew's the worker here, does the grounds work, but I do the lawns for him. So, yeah, it's all good.
He's a good man.
What are you doing here today anyway?
I forgot my jumper yesterday.
Oh, you forgot your jumper. So the oval is a bit of a standstill at the moment, simply because for the last 6 weeks, the irrigation hasn't been operating. So their school are sorting it out with the people that installed it and the people that supplied the parts. They can't exactly tell me what's going on, and you know, it is what it is, so I just have to wait for them to sort that one out. Now, in regards to the levelling, I've done quite a bit out here. I've done all this, getting this material out here. I wasn't really satisfied with the method I was using of the drag mat that I had made. It was like sinking into the material. So we're waiting on somebody with a grader, and they've got a resource that, you know, they can use for that. So we're just waiting for that to happen. Now, it's probably, you know, it's the middle of autumn now. It's probably too late. It's not too late to put lawn down. If, you know, if we had this already, had the irrigation ready and going, and you know, we could lay it down, that's no problem. We've got pretty reasonable autumn weather here. It'll attach to the ground, it'll just take longer and everything like that. But you know, with all these hold-ups, we really just are stuck and can't do anything about it. So, you know, seeing as both the lawn areas, well, all 3 lawn areas that I look after here at the school are now coming down in maintenance because of the season, and I'm just stuck and waiting for the school to do their thing here. Well, you know, I can get started installing lawn in my own place, which I know everybody's been waiting for. So I'll be getting onto that in the next couple of weeks and doing some videos about that. So that's the update at the moment. And you know, if you're you know, really into lawn, follow the Lawnporn program for autumn. You'll have a ball. You know, granular fertilizers like 4 Seasons just do so well at this time of year. They last a bit longer because it's a little bit cooler as well, and it just gives it that constant feed. Have that as your backbone. Do a bit of foliar fertilizing with, you know, Launch for condition and Green Light for green color, and you know, making the plant more resistant to when really winter hits and everything like that. That is good, and it makes it look good as well. You know, get into that. And of course, you know, products like History for Black Beetle, Hero for humic acid, really attention to your soil health, and like still using moist, just to make sure that that water does get into your root zone. And you know, when you got beautiful rain like we had yesterday of 21 millimeters, yeah, you know, you want that in your ground. You don't want it just washing away. So anyway, that's where we're at the moment. I know it's a bit annoying. It's been very frustrating for me just watching and sitting this and going, come on, come on, come on, week after week after week, and everything's sitting still. So I'd imagine, you know, they'll soon sort out the irrigation issue. They'll level this off, you know, during, you know, the late autumn or early winter. What we're really going to have to keep our eye on is now weed germination. You know, we've just had that dump of rain. It's still pretty warm here, so the weeds are going to be growing. So we're going to have to, you know, glyphosate the area and everything as well when that comes along. But look, this will come together. It will look good, you know, and I'll be not such a miserable person to be around, because, you know, it affects me emotionally. You know, looking at this and going, I know this could be better. Just, you know, what's the problem? Do it. Come on, let's go. But, you know, that's just the way life is at the moment, I guess, and that's just the way it is. But, you know, and I've had everybody, you know, driving past, tooting, a lot of support, a lot of people asking me, hey, what's going on with the oval? Not much happening. And, you know, it's really embarrassing for me. But look, there's nothing I can do about it at the moment except wait it out and, yeah, and when everything gets going again, get stuck into it again. Because this area is just going to look magnificent. I know it looks like a pile of dirt at the moment, well, because that's what it is, but seriously, I just you know, I sit out here, it's like Field of Dreams, man. I just look at it, I just see it all striped up, I see it all manicured, I see it all looked after, glowing green, dark green. It's just, you know, it's got to be done. And it's going to be so good for the community, and so good for the school, so good for everyone involved, and so good for this channel. All right, thanks for watching my video today. I'll try and keep my chin up while everything behind the scenes fixes itself, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Get your lawn on. See you later.